Hi, I'm Jordan Rhodes. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
What's going on, everyone? Lewis here from Norwich City Central. This is going to be my predicted 11 / preview for our upcoming game against Hull on the Wednesday night at Carrow Road under the floodlights again. 10 Cup finals now for Norwich City. It's getting very excited but also very nervous. It's in our own hands, but hopefully Norwich City can keep winning and keep staying away from Leeds and Sheffield United, who seem to be doing really well themselves. So it's going to be a tough game coming up against Hull. They've been a team who have been in sensational form this season but have also dipped. But of course it's going to be a tough game. But let's start with the predicted 11. Tim Krul in goal, obviously. I think he's really improved as a goalkeeper over the coming weeks, although he does need to sort out his distribution, definitely, and also not spending so much time on the ball. Jamal Lewis, Christoph Zimmerman, Ben Godfrey and Max Aarons at the back. Great defensive line. Christoph Zimmerman sums up everything which is right about the club, showing passion, and of course the youngsters have been doing exceptionally well this season and they deserve a lot of credit, as does Daniel Farke for implementing them in, and they've showed their class. Now the midfield area, this is probably where Daniel Farke has got his biggest decision. Tom Tribal, firstly, I thought he was my man the match against Swansea. I thought he was terrific. Now, do you stick with Kenny McLean? In the first half, Kenny McLean looked quite poor, but in the second half he was exceptional. But when you've got two midfielders like Mo Leitner and Mario Rancic, it is hard to leave them out. I predict Daniel Farke is going to keep the same team, but personally I would just bring back Mo Leitner in there just because he's great at controlling the tempo, and against Swansea we lack someone who can put their foot on the ball and control the game. So yeah, that's what I would do, but I'm more than happy for Kenny McLean to start, but Mo Leitner I do think needs to come into the side, as he is our best midfielder. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on the team as well. Would you start Mo Leitner? It's a tough one. Ono Hernandez on the wing. His pace causes teams a lot of problems. He loves Argos. What a great man. Emi Buendia, fantastic goal. Started to add more goals into the game now. He's had a record 14 assists in the Championship, which is the most in the division, which is great to see. Now, central attacking midfield. Do you keep Stupidman in there? Because, yet again, Rancic is a quality player and you could easily put him in there. He's scored so many goals, so many assists this season. I think he's got one in every two games a goal, which is, up there with great strikers. But and also against Swansea, they press us very high, and when we have teams who press us very high, Marco Stupinman is usually the option for the long ball who can control it and bring other people into the game. But we didn't really do that against Swansea. And if we don't use Marco Stupinman to his strengths and allow him to control the game, to allow him to pump the ball forward and to keep the ball, then what is he? That's his kind of main area. I would keep Marco Stupinman in there, but if Hull do press us high like Swansea did, then we definitely need to use him as an outball and a physical strength. And then of course Timu Pukki up front, 24 goals. Let's hope he hits 30. Yeah, top striker. He can make a chance out of nothing, can't he? Let's look at Hull quickly though before talking about Norwich and summing up the preview. Hull are in pretty dire form. They've lost their last 4 away games, including a 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest, a 3-0 loss to Blackburn, and a 5-1 loss away at Brentford. So they're in pretty dire form. And it's weird because Hull looked like they could be an unlikely team for the playoffs at one point. They won like 7 or 8 games in a row, but that now under Nigel Adkins they've gone back to their previous poor form. They've been decent at home in the last few months, but away from home they've really struggled. And as I said, they've lost their last 4 games and they've conceded a lot of goals in those games as well. I think 5, 3, 11, so 13 goals conceded in their last 4 away outings. So Norwich City have definitely got to be on the front foot against Hull. But Hull have got some very good players. Fraser Campbell up front, but their main man Jared Bowen, 19 goals this season from midfield. Had a brilliant season last season for Hull as well. I don't think he's going to stay at Hull. I think he is destined for Premier League football, Jared Bowen, and he's definitely the stand-up player for Hull, and one of the stand-up players in the division. He's an excellent footballer and one Norwich City are going to have to be wary of. But Hull, they've got goals in them up front, but defensively they've just conceded too many goals, and that's why they're not going to be having a playoff push this season. So Norwich City have definitely got to try and expose that. As for Norwich City, didn't play well against Swansea, but that's a sign of champions. When you don't play well, you can grind out results. And we only had 1 shot on target, but fortunately enough, Emi Buendia with an absolute cracking strike. But Swansea showed if you press us high up the field and don't allow Tim Krul and the centre backs a lot of time, we can struggle sometimes. And if Norwich City can't bypass the press, which we have done admittedly on a lot of occasions this season, it can be a struggle. And like I said, we didn't really have that outball to Marco Stupinman, which meant we just kind of had to launch the ball forward and Swansea would regain possession. So we definitely need to control the game better, control the tempo. But look, Norwich City, are great at grinding out results now. We've got a clinical side to us, and it's going to be another tough game, of course, but you'd expect Norwich City to get the victory and take a step closer to promotion. Leeds and Sheffield United both play on the Tuesday night when this video is going to be uploaded, so hopefully they can slip up. But Norwich City have just got to focus on themselves. 72 points, 6 wins out of the next 10 would take us to 90, and you'd probably think that'd be enough. But the Championship's a funny old game, but 10 games to go. Got to treat it like 10 cup finals. I can't wait. I'm going to back a Norwich City 2-0 victory at Carrow Road against Hull. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, your score predictions, and yeah, it's going to be a cracking end to the season. And Norwich City, in the last 2 seasons, we've had disappointing ends to the season where our seasons were kind of over by March. Certainly not this time. It's great to be a Canary supporter, and these are the kind of games in which why you support them. But it's going to be a fascinating end to the season. Thanks for watching this predicted 11 and preview. Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to Norwich City Central, and I'll see you later.